Hello, Facebook world. Good morning, world. It is about 8 a.m. here in, I think we are, I don't even know what time zone this is, but I'm coming to you live from Luxembourg. I am here to speak to 400 entrepreneurs at the European Entrepreneurs Conference, and I will not look anything like this tomorrow night. But for right now, I've been up since 3 a.m., jet lagged, and I realized breakfast opened at 6:30 this morning, so I came down to just indulge on croissants and whatever they had for food here, which was actually really good. But it made me realize something extremely important that I wanted to jam on with all of you. If you are on live, let me know. Where are you logging in from? Why are you up so late? Are you in Australia or are you in Europe? Is this a good time for you? Because for me, this is like 1 a.m. But I wanted to talk to you about shrinking when you're in cool places. Kylie, Europe time works better for me because she's in Hawaii. Hey, I'm trying to not look so like bum here, but I'm wearing pajama pants, and when I was getting breakfast this morning, I've realized that I was feeling self-conscious because, oh, hey, Lindsay, you're next door to me. You're in Belgium. Awesome. You guys should come here this weekend. So I was wearing my pajama pants and my like comfy boots, and I got this familiar feeling of being self-conscious when I'm in cool places. Hey, Annika, you're at Ireland. We're so close. Oh my gosh, I saw you last year in London. So I don't know if it's ever happened to you. Comment like, heck yeah, or something. Let me know that I'm not the only person who's ever been to some places where you feel like you don't belong, where you feel like, what am I doing here? Is this even really happening to me? I was in Miami recently, and it brought back familiar feelings again of being in places where I feel like it's almost like they're too good for me. Growing up, I was this kid that was all about humbleness, and I went to a school. It was like a middle class school, and my parents had money, and it wasn't even like a middle class. It was like we were some of the rich kids, and I felt so uncomfortable. So ever since then, every time that I'm in places where it feels like it's rich or where it feels like it's too nice, I get like this. I start shrinking and I start feeling that questioning whether or not I'm supposed to be there. And the answer is, of course you're supposed to be there. Of course you belong in the places you end up. Of course you belong there. And when I was feeling self-conscious about what I was wearing at breakfast this morning, and like, because all these people are wearing their nice shoes and they're already all dressed up, it's so easy to feel like, to start going down the rabbit hole of self-questioning and doubting, right? And having those insecure feelings come up, and you got to stop it. You absolutely have to stop them on their tracks. And I want to show you guys what I'm wearing, because it's just so that you know. I'm really wearing that. I feel super like a bomb. And I think it's also like in growing, you know, I moved to the United States when I was 18, almost 18. So I grew up super relaxed. You know, in America, people like are super chill and they don't dress up a whole lot depending on where you're from. But when I have those familiar feelings of like, where am I? You know, I should be getting more dressed up. I should, I should look better. I should, you know, put makeup on, or, you know, like adapt to the culture or something. I have to remind myself that the only thing I can ever be good at is myself. And that any insecure feelings of, you know, I don't look the part, I'm not fit enough, I'm not prepared enough, I'm not ready enough. Like, you've got to look at them. I've been doing a lot of identity work for the past year and a half, especially, of like questioning what comes up for you and where you pick that up. Because if you start looking at the evidence of where your life is at the moment, you have few reasons to shrink. If you look back at your timelines, you'll realize how freaking amazing you are, how many things you've learned, how much you've overcome. Instead of being insecure and self-conscious, you should look back and say, God, mother effing proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. And I'm sharing this with you guys because it is the pivot that we all need as many times as necessary until it becomes more of a habit into shining and not shrinking. Give me an amen or something to entice me to keep going here, because it is so easy to believe the thoughts that don't serve you because they're habitual. You know, they've been there for so long. And for you to create and burn new pathways of, Of course I am where I'm invited. I'm supposed to be where I'm invited. Of course I belong in the places where I end up. You've got to step into them and own them 100 million times daily if necessary. Hey, Jaya, I was thinking about you before I did this live, actually, because I was like, who's going to be up in the United States? Only maybe Pacific time people. So, yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. It's like 11 o'clock Pacific time, and I think it's early evening in Hawaii. So thanks for joining me. That's my message. It's notice the insecure feelings. Notice when you get self-conscious, when you start comparing yourself to European fun people, and just realize that that's not you, and that this is something that's been with me since childhood, not feeling like I belong in places. We used to, like I said, I used to go to kind of like a middle to lower class and school growing up, and I always felt like I had to shrink in order to fit in. And so when I would go to fancy places, I would just feel like, I'm too fat to be in Miami. That's a common one. I'm too fat to be in Miami. And where does that come from? It's not true. It's just your mind. But if you let it, you'd be amazed at how quickly it spirals out of control. And the truth of the matter is, you know what? They're paying me to be here. Because, by the way, this is my new life, where I get paid to go to places. Awesome, really awesome places. They're paying me to bring my fire. They're paying me to bring my fun, my entertainment, my activation, my message, right? My fun. They're not paying me to be like them. If not, they would have never gotten me here. I would have never stood out in a sea of online people, right? Because this is how I make the contact to be here. It was a girl from Infinite Receiving, Christine Hansen, who I get to meet later on today. So that's it, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening. If you're watching this at night, thank you so much for the good vibes. I totally receive them. And I'm doing this message more for me to call myself out, because there's no need for that. I have so much evidence that I'm way past any feelings of not being enough. And what I tell my clients and my people always is that when you start going down the rabbit hole of shrinking or insecurity or self-consciousness for whatever reason, you got to nip it in the bud as soon as it happens and do whatever you have to do that. Because if you don't do that, then you end up being swept by the current, and then it takes so much longer to clean up. It takes a long time to clean up after you shrink, because then it's like you have to pump yourself back up. You have to cleanse yourself of the insecure feelings and the adrenaline and the whatever it is that's in your body. So you might as well just stare yourself in the face and say, I am so awesome. And like I always say, you belong in the places you dream to be. Most importantly, if you're in those places, stop the skepticism, believe them, and tell yourself, I'm so proud of myself because I got myself here. I created this. Nobody handed me a ticket and an invitation. I didn't have to audition to be here. I got sought out to be here. So why wouldn't I belong here exactly in all my awesomeness as I am today, right now? I might as well do this shimmy here in front of the people that are starting their commute here in Luxembourg. So awesome croissants, awesome coffee, what I love about Europe. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And please share this message if you feel compelled to. Live, real, and raw, as always. I love you. Thanks for being here. And Kylie, have an awesome night shift. And Moj, Jaya, all of you guys that were here live, let me know what you think of this. Annika, I love you. I can't wait to see you guys again. If you're in Amsterdam, Spain, if you know any friends in Spain, have them come see me on the 22nd. If you're near Amsterdam, come fly. It's going to be incredible. Here's to outsmarting all this shit, all this smallness, all these feelings that are not real anymore, that are blocking you from receiving opportunities like this or whatever it is that's in your bucket list. I'm quite the ninja. I'd say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Step into it, own it. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.